You know, back in 2019, 2020, when COVID happened and we were in lockdown, I thought all I was going to be doing was gaming, sleeping, and fighting off against old 2020 Danganronpa fans. But then suddenly, something else happened during lockdown. I was introduced to D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and oh my god, that hit the autism in my brain like nothing else. I love D&D. In fact, I got a bunch of really cool artists recently to draw me my own YouTube avatar. Yeah, surprise, I'm a tiefling. I was a tiefling this whole time, actually. Credits to everyone involved in these sprites is down in the description. You better check out every single one of them or else I'll be sad. Anyway, time to gush about D&D. D&D is one of the coolest games ever because it thrives off the creativity and imagination of every player to make every game unique and individual. Like, you could do whatever you want. Within reason, you get to confront any problem your own way. You can seduce whatever you want. You can break the rules. You'll probably get beaten up. You can go gambling. You could even, I don't know, run a stand as a character whose race doesn't need to breathe and challenge people to hold their breath for longer than you and win their money through cheating, leading to the creation of an NPC who becomes an integral part of the story I never planned for at first. Or turn into a bird and fly someone 50 million feet into the air and then drop them. Who cares? It's up to you. It's just up to the DM to decide if that wacky stuff you want to do actually happens. And most of the time, it's yes. Keep in mind though, most D&D campaigns take place in like, you know, like a fantasy, medieval world, so you're not going to be hitting goblins with cars, but it's up to the DM to create the entire world for the players to explore. Right, the DM is the dungeon master. They're the one who creates everything about the game you're playing. That includes the world itself, the enemies you encounter, the people you meet, and it's a lot of writing and a lot of improv because you got to plan for everything your dumbass players are gonna do. But there's a lot of guides on YouTube and like actual physical books about how to play D&D, how to be a DM. I've even got like 2 books that are just 2 campaigns and all their lore and characters and stuff. I read them all the time. I am a scholar. Like, I'm a game developer, right? I do coding, but being a DM, being a dungeon master, means anyone can create a game for anyone. It's also way easier. Now, while the DM is designing their campaign that you're gonna absolutely ruin, for you, the players, you get the character sheet. Now, I know it looks like really confusing. You're probably looking at this and you're going, what am I doing? But once you get your character's stats down on the left here, you then realize that those affect these stats. And then you get other stats that are like based on your race, you get your own equipment, but that's all stuff that you learn through, like, you can learn through guides, people can help you, and there are books on it as well. I'm saying this because if I had to explain every single thing about D&D and how to make your character and how to make your world and how it all works, we would be here for hours. But one of my favorite parts of D&D, something less confusing, writing the characters themselves. What do they look like? How old are they? What's their personality like? How do they talk to people? Are they nice or are they mean? Because one of the best parts of D&D is role-playing as your character and seeing how they react to different situations. An entire campaign can change based on like 1 or 2 odd people, but somehow in every campaign there's always that edgelord who's always like brooding, or they have like 20 different personalities that are just darker versions of the same guy who like spins a wheel every long rest to decide what he is that day. Like, you'll be fighting like some really evil bad guy, like you're on your last legs, you're about to die, then this edgelord comes out and he's all like, "You're gonna love this, trust me, what you're seeing now is my normal side. This is my second personality, and this is my personality that's a darker extension of my previous personality. Or you could call it my demon mode." Okay, bro, I get it. You got a little louder. So what? Has he really made another split personality? He must be bluffing. The DM's parents are gonna kick him out of the house if he gets any louder. And this, oh my god, what's he doing? Is to go even further beyond. Baby. And I know some people who probably think I'm targeting them. No. Hand on your shoulder. I have seen so many people play as like edgy characters with like 30-something personalities. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a trend I've noticed. One session you're Schmigligamon the Wizard from Lion's Bane Academy. The next session you're Dave. But for the love of God, when everyone needs to go somewhere, don't just sit around or wait behind because you slow everything down. It's like, come on, we gotta go. Now let's talk about the gameplay of D&D. I love the gameplay of D&D. Did I actually mention that like D&D is a tabletop game. You play it with a bunch of friends around a table, most of the time. Unless it's like online, you have to do it online because people are far away, or it's a video game like Baldur's Gate 3. D&D usually just takes place with a bunch of people around a table. Your parents are always like, oh, you gotta stop playing video games and go outside. Well, look at me now, I'm doing shit outside. Sorry, Mum, I didn't mean to yell. The game will be a lot of role-playing, but when you want to do stuff that requires some effort, it's time to start rolling those D20s. If you roll high, you do good. You roll bad, your shit die.
Now, I'm not much of a gambler. Give me that twink!
But I love the thrill of deciding my fate with these silly dice. Like, my life has changed so much for the better because of my lucky rolls. I'm not lucky all the time. Quick examples of video games doing this too. Dead by Daylight had a crossover with Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm always running Bardic Inspiration. That skill is peak. There's this really nice game called Cassette Beasts, and in it there's a move you can learn called Damage Roll, which deals more damage based on the number you get. So most of my fights go like this. Okay, switch to a character that has Damage Roll, have Kaylee increase her range attack and use Gambit to increase all her stats. Record this beast I forgot I don't have yet, 17% chance, won't go up because we're not attacking. Doesn't matter, I got it anyway. Fuse with Kaylee, okay. Now, use damage roll. 15, good enough, die. Ha! You can only hit one of us at a time. Wait, what's that star on the left do? Remember when Overwatch had a D&D themed season, and in the Battle Pass they had this like questline story thing that progressed as you went on? They did that once and then never again. I just remember everyone like canonically like joining late. Do not do that. Show up on time, or at least tell me where you are. I don't know where to put this bit, but I want to talk about it anyway. But like a while ago I was playing Lies of P, and you know me, these games aren't even a challenge to someone like me. That's why on the side while playing I decided to watch Slimecicle's new Baldur's Gate 3 video because it just came out. It was their entire Baldur's Gate 3 journey with animated moments sprinkled throughout. I thought, yeah, I could focus on this and play the game at the same time. That was until I got to the cathedral. You have to walk on these tight platforms while people throw crap at you to knock you off. I had to focus on this instead. So unfortunately for me, back at the funny D&D video game video with build-up and foreshadowing I should have seen coming, they decided to have a full-on animated fight, which I really wanted to focus on, but I had to stay focused not to be knocked off the platform while enemies were relentlessly throwing shit at me, while I was also focusing on this fight. I was not about to pause, I was switching between screens like the most brain-rotted iPad kid imaginable. D&D's kinda crazy, man. Almost as crazy as how hard it is to find D&D stuff at stores. Like, you think that stuff would sell really well. I went to a store once to ask about, like, if they sell D&D stuff, and they said, yeah, we'll probably sell more D&D stuff when the new season of Stranger Things comes out. Why does D&D have to be tied to the Stranger Things? And you know what's gonna make it worse? You know what's gonna make it even worse? The possibility of Elon Musk buying Dungeons & Dragons. Like, you already messed up Twitter. I don't want you messing up Dungeons & Dragons too. No, Elon, we're not going off the beaten path to fight Let Doge Dragon. We're not letting you cheat. Get your Musk off my battle map! Basically, I love D&D. I think you should play D&D. It's the most creative game of all time. It's the game of all time. Just don't be a dick unless you're allowed to be. Don't scam people and just have fun. Maybe if more people get into D&D, more D&D content will be made. I remember that D&D movie that came out a while ago. That movie was so good. I don't know how else to end the video, so, yeah, that's about it. Fireball!